Native to the Arabian Peninsula and northeastern Africa, frankincense resin has a centuries-long history of use dating back at least 1500 BC. The oldest known reference to its use is contained in the Egyptian Ebers papyrus, where it is recommended for throat and respiratory complaints. Traces of frankincense resin have been found in archaeological and burial sites across the Arabian Peninsula, the Mediterranean, and northern Europe. Ancient inhabitants of the Arabian Peninsula and the Horn of Africa incorporated frankincense into their medicinal and ritual practices. The Egyptians are famous for their use of aromatics, and this included frankincense, which was used for incense, perfume, embalming, and as an ointment. Frankincense is also mentioned multiple times in the Bible and was one of the gifts given to the Christ child, along with gold and myrrh. Frankincense was a major commodity of the international spice trade in ancient times, where it was carried from its origins to market along two routes, the incense trade route, which is also known as the Incense Road, and the Silk Road. The domestication of the camel is credited for the increased ability to trade frankincense along these routes, and about 1000 BC, frankincense was valued in Babylon, Egypt, Rome, Greece, and China. Around 300 to 200 BC, frankincense was one of the most important products traded along these trade routes, and demand for it was very high. The value of frankincense was so high that traders of it circulated stories about fierce snakes that guarded the trees and diseases and epidemics that occurred in the areas of harvest to deter outsiders from coming to the area to harvest the resin. Although there are 24 recognized species of frankincense trees, the majority of frankincense essential oil comes from 5 species: Boswellia carterii, Boswellia sacra, Boswellia freriana, Boswellia papyrifera, and Boswellia serrata. Each of these species grows in a different region, which may partly explain the difference in the chemistry of the essential oil obtained from each of them. Boswellia carterii is found in Somalia and Ethiopia, Boswellia sacra in Oman and Yemen, Boswellia papyrifera in Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Sudan, Boswellia freriana primarily in Somalia, but also in Oman, and Boswellia serrata in India. In general, frankincense trees grow in harsh and semi-arid environments, often sprouting on cliff faces and in gullies. They are very resilient and drought-tolerant trees, often growing among rocks and sand and requiring very little water to thrive. Their bark is paper-thin and the wood is soft. Depending on the species, they can have a single trunk or multiple trunks. Frankincense trees typically grow to a height of 3 to 7 meters. The trees begin producing resin at about 8 to 10 years of age. This gummy resin seeps from frankincense trees when the bark is cut or damaged. It is produced as a defense mechanism to help resist infections, repel insects, and seal injured tissues. Known as tears, this resin is allowed to harden for a few weeks and then collected by scraping it off of the trunk. This process is only done to the same tree a few times per year so that the tree can recover. Frankincense essential oils extracted from this resin by hydrodistillation, which means the resin is directly submerged in heated water. doTERRA has worked tirelessly to preserve these precious trees and the resin that they produce. We source from multiple locations to provide our unique tested grade, proprietary chemistry profile blend of frankincense essential oil that contains 4 different species. This sourcing strategy ensures that the resins are harvested from regions where each Boswellia species grows best, helping to reduce environmental pressure on any single frankincense species. In addition, frankincense trees grow in some of the poorest and most underdeveloped countries in the world, which can lead to exploitative conditions in the supply chain, incentives to overharvest trees, and unhealthy conditions for the harvesters and the frankincense trees. In our pursuit of purity, doTERRA has developed a responsible frankincense strategy in conjunction with our sourcing partners, local governments, and university research teams. This matchless strategy aims to establish ethical and sustainable supply chains and create shared value for all stakeholders in the frankincense supply chain through our co-impact sourcing model. Not surprisingly, each frankincense species has a different chemistry due to species differences and environmental growing conditions. Boswellia carterii is rich in alpha-pinene and limonene, with moderate amounts of alpha-theugene, saponine, myrcene, and paracymene. Boswellia sacra is similar with high levels of alpha-pinene and limonene, while Boswellia papyrifera is dominated by octylacetate and N-octenyl. Boswellia freriana has high levels of alpha-theugene and paracymene with lesser amounts of alpha-pinene and saponine. Some species even contain unique diterpenes like incensol and incensyl acetate, which have been investigated for their effects on mood. Combining these 4 species gives doTERRA's certified pure, tested grade frankincense a unique and balanced composition that leverages the chemistry and benefits of each species. 2 of the key bioactive constituents in frankincense essential oil are alpha-pinene and limonene. Alpha-pinene is one of the most well-researched essential oil constituents with dozens of studies evaluating its benefits. This preclinical research shows that alpha-pinene supports healthy cells, has cleansing properties, aids a healthy inflammatory response, promotes healthy immune function, and possesses antioxidant properties. Limonene is another constituent that has been significantly explored in scientific research. More than 200 preclinical studies suggest that limonene supports healthy cells, may help maintain healthy organ function, aids immune function, including promoting immune balance, may contribute to a healthy body weight when combined with healthy lifestyle choices, supports a healthy inflammatory response, helps one cope with stress, promotes a positive outlook, possesses cleansing and antioxidant properties, and supports healthy metabolic function. We've witnessed an increase in scientific discovery and the evaluation of frankincense essential oil over the last few decades. This research has revealed many valuable properties of these revered essential oils and helped us to know how we can use frankincense essential oil to support overall well-being. Preclinical research showed that topical application of diluted frankincense essential oil reduced stress and corticosterone levels in sleep-deprived subjects. The oil countered the effect of lack of sleep and promoted healthy antioxidant activity. Another preclinical study published in BMC Complementary Medicine and Therapies suggests that frankincense influences immune cell maturation to promote immune tolerance, or a condition where the immune system better recognizes foreign and self-antigens to avoid overactive immune responses. Several laboratory studies demonstrate that frankincense essential oil has cleansing properties that may be useful for surfaces, the air, and even the skin. Other preclinical research shows that frankincense may help support a healthy inflammatory response, healthy joint function, and improve the appearance of skin by reducing fine lines and wrinkles. Multiple preclinical studies and clinical case reports suggest that frankincense supports healthy cellular function and a healthy cell life cycle as well. A companion of frankincense, myrrh, is also a resinous essential oil and pairs well with frankincense both aromatically and benefit-wise. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study evaluated the effects of massage with frankincense and myrrh essential oils in people experiencing long-term back discomfort. 3 groups were included in the trial: the essential oil group that received 2 15-minute lower back massages per week with frankincense and myrrh diluted to 4% in jojoba oil, and they did this over the course of 3 weeks. A placebo group that received the same type and number of massages but only with the jojoba oil, and a control group that received standard care only, no massage. The essential oil massage group experienced the greatest relief and discomfort and improved back function by the end of the study. Certain conditions or treatments can lead to fatigue and lack of overall energy. A case study reported that topical application of 5% frankincense oil diluted in coconut oil to the soles of the feet twice daily reduced treatment-related fatigue. Uniting the ancient traditional uses of frankincense with the modern science that supports its usage, we can use frankincense in many practical ways. One way is to mix frankincense and carrier oil and apply to the skin to promote healthy-looking skin. You can also add it to your favorite moisturizer or lotion. You can also incorporate it into a massage, particularly with myrrh, for a soothing experience, or mix some with carrier oil and rub into your joints and muscles. Another way is to take a few drops in a capsule or directly on or under the tongue. It has a mild, pleasant taste, and this allows the beneficial constituents in frankincense to enter the bloodstream and work with your cells, aid normal immune responses, and support a healthy inflammatory response. Last but certainly not least, you can diffuse or inhale the aroma to contribute to a relaxing atmosphere. Simply add a few drops to your diffuser. I personally like to add a few drops of wild orange with it because this smells amazing. Or you can place a couple drops on your hands and cup your hands over your nose and mouth to inhale its amazing aroma. Many people like to do this during meditation because they feel it adds to their experience. Once you have experienced doTERRA's frankincense essential oil, you'll know why it is nicknamed the King of Oils. It has remarkable benefits and a magnificent aroma that can improve your life and home. Until next time, I wish you health and happiness, and thank you for partnering with us to help the world heal, one drop, one person, and one community at a time.